So this week I made a video speaking on abundance and how we want more, 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 more. I want to kind of reiterate and revisit this topic because I feel like I didn't um, say exactly what I wanted to say, or I didn't articulate it in a way that was, to me, as concise as I wanted it to be. I don't want people to think that I'm saying not to strive for abundance in their lives or to strive to be better or to even have more in their life. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing. But what I don't think is a good thing is when we get into a space where we're asking for abundance and we're also not realizing that we're already living in abundance, that everything you need and everything you have to sustain life is at your fingertips. We forget that there's many people in many places in this world that do not have access to the things that we're fortunate enough to have in the Western side of the world. Um, it's funny. It's so funny because it's like social media and TV has just completely just filled our minds with these images of people with all of these super lavish, super extravagant lifestyles, which I'm also not saying that you don't deserve or you shouldn't have if you do what it takes to obtain those results. But I'm just saying, we see these things and we just forget that we're already living in abundance in comparison to a large majority of the world or a very large portion of the world. Gratitude. That's what this is. This is all we're talking about here is gratitude, being grateful and being able to see that, damn, I really got a lot. I really have more than I need a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? More than I need to survive anyway. And I feel like that's the basis to being able to truly navigate and be able to sort of maneuver when those bigger gifts, and that's what they are, they're gifts. When you obtain these extra things, they're gifts. When those things come, you have a foundation of being able to be grateful for your little one bedroom apartment or your little car that gets you from point A to point B or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? That's so important to see that as, wow, I'm blessed to have these things that a lot of people don't have. There's people who have to walk crazy distances just to be able to wash their clothes or to wash their bodies or to, you know what I'm saying? So that's the point I'm making, is like, not to get caught in this cycle of greed, more and more and more. I need abundance. When you're not realizing that you're already living in abundance. This is the foundation to be able to tackle or to have anything larger or greater. Because if you can't be grateful for the little shit, forget about it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the point I was making. I just kind of wanted to revisit that so I could kind of clarify my point of view on it, because I think the way that I explained it could have potentially been misconstrued a bit. I also talked about habits, man. How the compounding effect of habits, of doing little things every single day, you know. And these are the things that we miss, that we just don't seem to get. Say that you want to make $10,000. You want to save $10,000. So if you want to save $10,000, common sense would tell you, well, I have to have certain system in place. I have to have a particular system that I adhere to the best of my ability every single time I get paid or every single day or whatever the case may be, that will yield that particular result. So that means I have to put money back. Every time I get paid, I got to put some money back. This was the example I used in the video. And regardless of how much money that is, if your habit is in alignment with your goal and you're consistently hitting this habit, no matter, could be $1 fucking dollar, $1, could be a penny, it doesn't matter. It may take a very long time, but at some point, if those habits are in congruence with that result, you will get that result. You will get to $10,000, penny by penny, dollar by dollar, whatever it may be. This is the reality of the situation. And if we can compound more of these habits towards more of our desired outcomes or our goals, we could quite literally accomplish anything when you look at it like this. And, you know, life happens and things come in our way and we fall off track and so on and so forth. But if we can implement the idea of consistently and without fail implementing the smallest habit, we can realistically yield any particular result we'd like. That's the reality of the situation. Habits are so important, man, and I don't think people understand that. I don't think that we understand the importance of what a habit truly is, because if you have a lot of bad habits, they are also compounding. They're also accumulating into something. We may not even be conscious or aware of what that may be, but before you know it, you know, if you have a habit of, I don't know, recreationally using substances that are known to be addictive, in time you will be addicted to that substance. If you're consistently hitting this bad habit, you're gonna yield that particular result. It's common sense, but it goes over most of our heads. You know, we're not breaking it down to these sort of minute steps and understandings. So anyway, that's also something we spoke about this week. What else we talk about? We talked about hating on people, man, and just envy, jealousy, these sort of feelings that we have when we're the way that I looked at it was when we're spectating, when we're sitting on the sidelines critiquing everybody, but not in the fucking game, not doing anything really, not truly playing the game. We're just sitting on the sidelines and seeing what's wrong with everybody else. Or we're seeing people who are doing things that we're interested in, or doing things that, or in a position that we ourselves would like to be in, and we see them in these positions and it makes us feel a type of way. And instead of being like, congratulations to that man, congratulations to that woman, we're like, oh, they did this, they got it all, da da da. You know, just talking shit, just really trying to discredit people for where they've gotten. But that's only because you don't have a trajectory of your own. So all you can pay attention to is what everyone else is doing, instead of being so focused on what it is you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, that the time, energy, and mental capacity is not there to even entertain those kind of thoughts. And when you do see people winning, and I made the point of it being people that you know, people that you're familiar with, people that you've seen working really hard, continuously putting out their product or their craft or whatever, seeing them win and be successful should inspire you, or it would inspire someone who is also trying to do something similar, who's also trying to be better or create more or touch the world more or expand or whatever. That should inspire you and be like, And you can even, listen, if need be, let your ego jump in to a small degree. Let it be like, oh man, this person's doing this, I got to do it too. And if I can do it like that, I got to do it even better than that. You know what I mean? And it's healthy competition. It doesn't have to be, I got to be better than this person, but having that motivation and that inspiration, seeing that it's possible, and then being like, oh yeah, that gives me the fire to push hard too, because I want to get where they're at, and then I'm going to surpass everything if that's what you choose to do. You know what I'm saying? There's a healthy space for competition and being competitive but we're not here to discredit or tear down other people who are doing similar things. We just want to be in the best position we can be in, and we want to see the people around us be in the best position that they can be in. And if we can do it together, and if we can feed off each other's energy, that's beautiful. It's what you want, man. So that's it. That's you can't be that motherfucker that's just sitting around talking shit, hating on people. It's so lame, bro. It's the most lame shit ever. So anyway, I think there was one more thing we talked about. Being dependent on a result. Being dependent on a result. You lose and how it affects you. Being so hyper-focused on a result tends to jade you. It jades the person by the process of attempting to get to that result. So more or less, learning to love the process of becoming whatever it is that you want to become, or doing whatever it is that you want to do. The process, the in-between part. You hear the cliche saying, it's the journey, not the destination. But it's true, man. The journey is where the learning happens. The journey is where the learning happens. It's where all of the valuable jewels and gems are in the journey, not in the destination. You get to the destination and you're like, I'm here. But the most fun was the part where it was trial and error, and you had to go through some hardship, and you had to be discouraged and broken down, and then you were at your highest high for a moment, and you felt like so inspired by what you were doing and motivated, and then falling again, and then just all of these different roller coasters of emotions and ups and downs, and these kind of things are what make the process so beautiful. And what's even more beautiful is trusting that process. And even when you're low, even when you're super low, knowing that like, this is what I got to go through, as long as I'm going back to what we were talking about before, keeping consistent with my habits, moving towards my particular outcome. I know I'm going to get there. I know it. Even when I'm at my lowest low. And then when I'm at my highest high, I'm inspired and I feel great and I'm happy. But like I said, when you get to the destination, that's why you never want to put a particular destination, or being like, when I get here, I'm done. Because you're going to get there and then be like, oh, there's more. I could do more. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just fall in love with the process of becoming. This is going to make you a better person anyway, because you have to adapt. You have to change. You have to reflect, to grow. And all of these things are going to be forced out of you in order to get that result that you want if you don't give up. You know what I'm saying? And it just makes you a better, more whole, more round person, That's a beautiful thing, man. And if you only focus on the destination, I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to get. You're gonna miss all of these potential possibilities to grow and to become an actual better person. You're gonna miss all of these things, and you're gonna get to a point where you throw your hands in the air and say fuck it, because you're missing the value in those really low lows. You're missing the values in having to go through some hardship, and you're only basing things off of when you feel good, and thinking that you're supposed to only feel good throughout your journey. That's a mistake, That's a super mistake. So fall in love with the process every single day. The habits are creating you into a better person. This should be the foundation anyway, is building yourself, the person, the human being. Building that is the most important thing. And you build yourself into a person that can get the result that you're looking for. It's just the disciplines, man. It's the disciplines. And that's truly the most beautiful part of it, is because fuck all of the other shit. We just want to build ourselves. If we can do that, we could truly do anything. This is what we call self-mastery, so on and so forth. That's what it is, man. So I think that's a pretty decent summary, being able to touch on all of these topics quickly Well, not very quickly. It's been about 15 minutes, but as fast as I possibly could, going into some detail. Anyway, though, I appreciate y'all watching once again. Energy's a little low. I'm a little tired, man. But we prevail once again. Peace.